Hello, how's everyone doing? Uh, you know what I don't have? I don't have my Facebook up, so I can't see what's happening. That is on me. Hopefully, you guys can see me. There, I guess I am there. So, I'm utilizing my new system to do my lives, which is a streaming software. So I can stream on multiple platforms. But lucky me, how wonderful I am that for some reason is the speed of my internet isn't allowing me to stream on multiple platforms. So there goes my call to Comcast. So anyway, I am looking to see who is on here yet. And oh, there we go. There, I should be able to see you guys now. I cannot see, I swear. All right. There we go. All comments. Now I can see that. So, hello, everyone. There we go. Perfect. Awesome. All right. So let's get started. Just so you guys know, thank you for joining me, whether it's going to be live or on the replay and listening to the month in advance. So what I decided to do is I'm looking, like you should be doing in your own business, I'm looking at July and doing a real assessment of what worked well. And let me introduce myself. I'm sorry. My name is Tiffany Hill Allen. If you're just finding my page, and I am a marketing strategist for owners and operators, as well as sales professionals in the senior living industry. And so my goal is always to inspire change, to impact lives, and to improve outcomes. And we do that by showing you how you can increase your occupancy and your revenue. Because one does not necessarily mean the other. You can have a fully occupied community and losing money 100%. And so it happens. So what I'm going to do is talk to you about basically the idea of looking back to see what worked well, what could you improve, or what could I improve. We all have to look at our business and then looking forward to see what do we need to do going forward. And the reason why I say this is because we finished the first half of the year. January to June is done. It's in the books, right? July is the kickoff month for the next half of the year. And we all, if you're new to the industry, let me just tell you, traditionally, November and December is typically a difficult time for families to make this decision because it's the holidays. So that gives you really this month of August, September, and October, and half of November, maybe, to go really, really strong. Now, should you give up on those other months? Absolutely not. Move-ins will happen 100%. However, your conversation with families may be a little bit more involved. And typically, what communities do is they have some forms of incentives that they do towards the end. You know, I don't know if I'm supposed to be saying that, but it's the truth because it's usually a slower month. So that means that you really only have 3.5 months to really, really, really like go hard to get you to where you want to be. This is also the time of year in August, if you don't know, that the larger communities, the corporate people, are starting their budgets for 2024. So if you are a smaller business or an independently owned senior living company or community, then this is the time that you should be looking at what was your expenses this year. What are you projecting your expenses to be to the end of the year based on what you see as a trend and as a 3-month trend, a 6-month trend, things like that, and what you know you have coming up. But then from there, you're setting your projections for 2024. And so this is the time to start looking at it, doing that research, where you're wanting to look at what is my next year going to look like. That also means projecting how many residents that you are anticipating having in your community during that time, and how many residents will need to move out during that time. So occupancy, and this is why the name of my programs are Start with Occupancy, because occupancy, everything, the budgets, the money, the revenue, your expenses, how many employees, the activities that you're doing, everything that you do is based on the occupancy of your community, and who your occupancy is, and how you're increasing that occupancy or maintaining that occupancy. So that is what my whole program is about. And so the thing is that as you start looking at next year, you can see and you can say, okay, we need to do X, Y, and Z in order to end this month at such and such amount in occupancy, which brings us into the new year at such and such revenue level, because you're going to multiply your residents times the rate times the care if you're doing that. And that gives you what your revenue is every single month, that then you have to plan out your expenses. And so this is the time of year that you're starting to really zero in and knuckle down and start looking at all of these expenses and seeing, what do you need to do as a business owner for next year? If you're projecting to open up another community, then you need to go ahead and start looking at that, right? And seeing what, the projected inflation is and what it was in the last year to this year and things like that. So this is where August comes in. So if you don't have a marketing plan on how you're going to achieve the final projected numbers that you are anticipating by the end of this year, this is the time to do that. And we do that through reverse engineering, right? You need 25 residents. You only have, I'm going to make it even numbers for my brain. You need 20 residents. you only have 10 at this time. That means you need to get 10 more. You have, let's just say 5 months left, right? You have August, September, October, November, December, 5 months. That means that you need to get at least 3 residents. I don't know what your length of stay is with your existing residents, because you also have to plan for move outs. You can't just say, I just need 2 residents a month, because what if you have a resident that needs to go into skilled nursing? What if you have a resident that is on, that needs higher care than you can, facilitate in your community? So you have to always anticipate that. So you project a little bit higher so that you can have a target to go towards, and that's for your just in case. Does this make sense? I hope it does. So that is what I wanted to talk to you guys about, because on Saturdays this month, my goal is to help you with your questions about this. We're going to go through it in my workshops and in my trainings in the Facebook group. So I have a Facebook group called Start with Occupancy Podcast Community. So it is on my page. I'll put it into the comments below. Request to join the group if you are an owner or operator or sales professional inside the industry, and you're needing some assistance, and you want to learn more about how to grow occupancy and revenue, join the Facebook group, because that's where I'm going to have, the trainings. But on Saturdays, I'm having Q&A sessions, and we're going to talk about it. I felt like YouTube was just a better conversation platform that I could have, because everybody has access to it. Okay, I'm sorry. Everybody has access to that. And Facebook is a little bit distracting because you have all these pop-ups and things like that. I mean, I guess YouTube does too, but it's also on the television. So people can hear me on the TV and then ask questions on their phones or whatever have you. So I felt like that would be a better platform. I will review it again at the end of this month and see how it works out. So every single month, you're reviewing all of your metrics, all of the things that you've done. You're looking at how did it perform, what worked, what didn't work, what could be tweaked a little bit. Everybody does that, or you should do that in their business. Even evaluating your time and where your time went in terms of time management, because as an owner operator, you are in the weeds all the time. You're in the weeds. You have a lot of decisions that you're making on a daily basis, especially if you're brand new. And so, this time that you're taking out and just really focusing in on vision and strategy is going to help you. If you're always doing the work and never setting time aside to sit back and look at what is the vision and what is my strategy for getting there, you're doing yourself a disservice. And so my goal is to help you to kind of um, go along the line. I have a picture, I think I'm gonna put it up, of me being Dorothy in the Wizard of Oz. And so the yellow brick road is to what I call the golden guild of 100% occupancy, right? And so we're going to go down that road together. And the key is the distractions are all the things that took Dorothy like off her track, right? There's all these distractions that happens, and that's what happens in your business all the time. And so my goal is on Saturdays, you have this time frame, 1 hour. It's going to be at noon because I wanted it to be time for people on the West Coast, that they wouldn't have to wake up so early. So I have is 9 o'clock on the West Coast, right? And then noon here for 1 hour, where we can do Q&A sessions, where you have questions. You can send it to me in the DMs, questions about marketing and sales for going into the end of the year. We can do that there. If you're in the Facebook group, obviously, you're going to have answers to those questions when we do the live trainings. So Saturday is the actual trainings for you guys to join me. It's a community, so I can't wait to kind of get with you guys. I know in the beginning it's going to be a little bit small as I'm just trying to get the word out there to everybody. But as we grow, I'm hoping that you will also learn from each other. While I have a lot of great ideas, you guys, who are out there every single day and different areas with different backgrounds have other wonderful ideas. And I believe in collaboration and sharing of ideas so that we can all do the mission that we have, which is really helping the aging population, helping families, and being care providers for those who are most vulnerable at this time in their lives. So thank you so much. The other thing, so I told you already, I'm sorry. Blah. So number one, if you haven't already, join the group, Start with Occupancy Podcast Community. That's the name of it. And it's on my page under groups. If you click on the ellipses, I'm sorry, not ellipses. The ellipses is going to say it's going to say groups from this page, and you're going to put join Start with Occupancy. Answer the questions because those questions are important. It helps me to know who's in the group and to do approvals, because not everybody who joins the group is going to be approved, only because some people are coming in to sell, and that's not what this group is about. This is an education group. This is a group where you're going to get what you're needing in order to grow and your business. So that's what it is. It's not a place for other people to market to you. So I'm being very protective of your time and of your joining the group, right? Like you need to have that space. So in my thing, I have plans this month in the group every single week of being in there, doing workshops, trainings, things like that you can always go to. So that is what I have going on over there. I told you about the YouTube channel that I have. I have been debating about doing an audio room. I think it's going to be a little bit difficult to do that in LinkedIn for my LinkedIn people and sales professionals in the corporate world. But I am thinking on the lines of doing that because there are things that you uniquely face as a sales professional in senior living that I want to help you with. I'm just not sure if in that audio room where anybody can join is the best place, because sometimes, listen, I was there. Sometimes you don't want to be in something or say that you're registered where other people can see. I fully understand and recognize that. Again, that's why I have the podcast community for you to go to. But that is something that's I'm thinking about. One of the things that I really am passionate about is helping you to save time as a sales professional working in corporate, and that is utilizing AI to help you to do that. And so I'm thinking about some of those things: technology tools, AI, things that's going to help you do your job faster because your time is so limited in a community. The other thing in a community that I know that you struggle with is, or a lot of people do, is getting your team all to see the vision, because you are constantly told what you have to do in terms of getting those projected numbers, but your urgency isn't everyone else's urgency. So we're going to talk about that a little bit. I just haven't figured out how to do it in the best way possible for you. The other thing that I have is when we do these workshops, I am debating on whether it is feasible and if it is something that you would like to have them all on audio, that you can just go and listen to the workshops and actually do them on audio as opposed to video. If this is something that you're interested in, and I'll pull people in the community as well, let me know. There is a way for me to do have the workshops in audio format where it can be on a private kind of like a podcast channel where you can have that. So before investing in that, I wanted to make sure that it's something that you would want. So you can DM me or put in the comments, hey, I would be all for the audio. It's really hard for me to sit down and watch the video, Tiffany. And that is not a problem. I'd be happy to once I see how many people and what the interest level is, be able to do that. So, somebody's here. Who else is there?
Once I see level is, be able to do that.
Isn't that crazy?
Somebody's.
Sorry, I'm listening to myself on my phone. But so I see that you're there. So hello, if you're joining me. We're just talking about August and how we're going to do our August planning for sales and marketing. So anyway, that is what I have for right now. So we know that we're going to be on YouTube on Saturdays. If you join the podcast, the podcast community, Start With Occupancy, you're going to have that. There's a lot of stuff that I have coming out this month to help you. If you notice, I have some reels that I've been doing, but I've been planning several more so that the little things just to help in your journey as you're going through this process of starting your business. Last and not least, we still have Compass Rose XL. It is still open for you to join. And we're going to keep it open. Again, looking at my last few months, and what I have decided is to have a rolling enrollment, I guess I should say that, on that. Each month has a deadline for a reason, but having something that you can join so that you are not going to be behind, that is where our coaches are going to be available. We're going to be doing and starting to do our workshops this month. I was waiting for a certain number, but I think I'm just better off let's go with it. I can't wait any longer. Let's just go with it. and with the wonderful coaches that I do have, I love, and I'm just going to go with it because there's a lot of things. So there's a lot to be said about all of that, and I will not at this time. Just know that sometimes, starting a business can be a little bit challenging. So, but that is what we have going on. I don't know my computer. There it is. All right. If you have any questions that you would like me to answer, please do not hesitate to DM me like you guys always do. I love it. I always set up one-on-ones, and I want to say thank you to someone who is super special. She is one of my newest followers, or members of the page who liked the page, and I'll put her name on there because I don't want to mispronounce it, but I think it's Eleni. I'm sorry, but she made my day. I wanted to say that I had a very challenging day. I don't know, a couple of days ago, we had our meeting. I think it was on Tuesday. And she was my first call of the day. If you don't know, I do website audits. And so we were doing a website audit. And that's where I go in, I look at your website, and I give, feedback based on what I know about the industry, about the target market, about website design, about copy, marketing, value proposition, messaging, all of that stuff. And so just do a little audit, give you some suggestions, and then if you want to continue working with me, you can. There it is. But we did that. And so while we were doing that, I inadvertently, with the Zoom call invite, transposed two of the letters. Because as you see, I have on glasses. And these are just readers. They're not even real glasses, right? I mean, I guess they are, but... And so somehow or another, I transposed the two letters in the word health. And so the funny part about it is that at the end, she had given me a different email, which was no problem. We had our Zoom call. But at the end, I told her, oh, it was on me. I am so sorry. It was on me. So the funny part is I said to her that when I turned 42, my eyesight has just been on a steady decline, right? And she was like, 42? There's no way you're 42. Oh my God. And she was so sweet and like so shocked. And I could do nothing but inside laugh because I'm like, you were so very sweet. But I'm actually going to be going on 52. That was 10 years ago. And that day was a challenging day for me for so many different reasons. But her reaction stayed with me because I told her, I says, I'm 51. That was almost 10 years ago. And she said to me, oh my God. And that just made my day. So I wanted to say to you, and I don't want to butcher your name. I know it's Eleni or Elena, but you made my day. You made my day. And I want to say thank you very much because at 15, when I was still going through the challenging of my day, your words still penetrated and made me smile and laugh. And that just goes to show you the power of the words that you have and how your words impact someone's day. When someone like I was having a bad day, the words that she gave me at 9:30, even though it seems so vain, it was really vain of me to really want to hear that, but it made me laugh. It was like a laughter thing. And so I say that because my mission, inspire change, impact lives, and improve outcomes. And so that's what we're doing. And you, where you are right now, have the power to do that with the people that is around you. And so I just want to encourage you today to go do those 3 things and have a beautiful, beautiful weekend. Hopefully, I will see you on Saturday on the YouTube channel. The YouTube channel is Start With Occupancy. I will put the link in the comments below, but it is Start With Occupancy. And I hope to see you there. And if not, I will still record it. I will be there and I will put it up on the channel so that you can go back to it later. But I hope to see you there. All right. Thank you.